Hey, everybody. Can everybody hear me? Can everybody see me? I'm gonna wait for people to reply to that. Could you hear my slurp on camera? And Jesse's here. Hey, Jesse. We were talking earlier before this. No, you can't hear me? What the heck? Oh, you can hear me. Okay, good. Okay, good, good, good. All right. Okay. I didn't hear the slurp. Oh, okay. There, I got closer to the microphone. So what's been going on? There's been a lot of things that have been going on. You like my setup? I should have turned on my tree, but it doesn't give off much light, and I have enough light as it is. So, and every year I always try to make it Halloween themed. So, yeah. And I almost completely forgot about it because the last couple years I've been doing these chats later in the month. And then it was like I would try to do it closer to October, depending on the day when October would fall. And then I would do it that way. But yeah. So we're doing it early. We're doing it early. Hello, Brandy. Love the decorations. Yeah. Emma Sean. Actually, this little guy here was Home Depot. He was like $16, but it was worth it because if you look at him, and yes, I'm still in my pajamas. Come here, Mr. Jackie Poo. I almost didn't know where I was going at first. I'm still caffeinating, so yeah, you see? I'll bring him up close to the camera. He's got his little raven and like the spider web on his coat. I love it. Like this is hand painted as well. And like it doesn't move or anything, but it's a fakey uh jack-o'-lantern. My dad's girlfriend saw this and then I was like, I have to get one. I just have to. Like it is just there. You can be my supporter. I would put you back up um by your candle. Wish I had, just a box that I could set him on so he could just be sitting there. But yeah, it's pretty sweet. Looks like he's watching the chat. That's great. Um, do I recognize the candles? You do not. They do look very similar. I will say this. They're similar in the fact that they're probably one of the various sets that Patty Cake has used. And that was where I took inspiration from for buying these candles. They're just a 9 pack from Amazon. And I think there's 3 over there, and then there's the 3 bigger ones over there. Jeff has used those ones for, if you look, the ones that are on the table in Misty Mountains Cold, the big one, and then there's the second one on the top. Yeah, that's basically kind of the same set that I was going for. I was I was looking to get a candle from Jeff, and I kind of wish I did, but well, mainly because now um, we have a post strike happening here in Canada, so it's like we don't get our mail again. Thanks, Ontario. You suck. So, and pumpkin spice coffee. Heck yes. Homemade pumpkin spice coffee. Yeah, so I've been saying, I'm trying to tell people, I'm like, if you're sending me any mail, you better make sure that you start sending it now, or at least after this. Like the minute I tell you that this strike is over, you better start sending your mail out to me, like Christmas cards, because good Lord, like it's like, what the hell? Why? Well, mainly because it's got something to do with the workers not getting fair pay. And they're also starting to realize that it's like, well, Canada Post shouldn't be an all day delivery service. Like it shouldn't be, well, like not an all day delivery service, but an all day a week. Like we should probably go back to the whole mere like no mail on Sundays type of thing because they're getting paid very little money and like they're like it's got something to do with like, like the unions and the CU and the CUPE workers and the yeah, it's got something to do with their union. I don't keep track of all the craziness that happens on that end. I'm just like, "Oh, we don't have any mail again? Great." Not that I really other than, like, um, certain checks that I get from the government because I'm poor as she, that's the only thing that I really get, so hello, Justin Retro Stuff TV show channel. Hello. Very random. So, I have 2 stories that I will tell you guys. So, first, some of you already know about when I was having trouble with setting this up. YouTube Studio was not allowing me to do anything with it, and I finally figured out why. I was fiddling around on my computer the other day, and I was like, "There has to be something that is blocking this, or there has to be something that's just in the way of everything." And then so, I reset the thing and I reset my computer and I checked my internet speed and like I unplugged our router, you know, did the whole thing. And like I'm like, okay, I don't got any backups happening. I don't got anything transferring from one thing to another. There's nothing in the USB ports. Like there is nothing. I even went into my device manager and like I reset all of my tasks and like stopped them because it was just like, well, there's got to be something. And then so um I opened it up in another browser. I opened it in Windows what do you call it? Microsoft Edge rather, I guess, because that's the default for any computer that you get and I absolutely hate it. And, so I opened it up on there, and then it was like I got to the live stream, got to the manage page, and I'm like, "That's all I had to do, was that I just had to open it in another browser," and then I was like, "But I don't know if this one's gonna work as quickly as Chrome, and I don't know if it's gonna be as safe as Chrome," but I'm not gonna get into, competition with that because I don't know I don't know the technical part of things, so it's like I'm not gonna bring up that part of the conversation. So then I was like, "Okay, well," I'm like, "I'm gonna open up Chrome again and then see if it does it the same way." So then I opened it up and I'm like, "Okay, I'm still having trouble." So I, like, went in and I shut off everything. Like, I took a time and I moved all of my bookmarks out of my bookmark bars and, like, out of my all of my bookmarks. Like, I just moved them to a different place entirely because it was just like, um, "Hey, beautiful. Hey, cutie. How's it going? You sickly zombie you. I hope that you're, surviving." Mona's got the flu right now, so everybody give her, love and support and all of the Tylenol, ibuprofen, Neocitran, sinus plumber, send it to her. Send it to her in Norway because you guys have functioning mail. I do not. Well, I don't even know because in the US, the government shut down, so, like, I don't know what that means for, like, mail services or whatever, and, yeah, so where was I going? So, yeah, so I was looking at everything, moved all the bookmarks, moved everything, and I was like, "Well, that sucks from my setup, so I'll have to reset up everything and, like, reset up Instagram, Discord, blah, 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 like, just everything." And, or you still get mail in the US, that's great. So, yeah, I did the thing, and then I'm looking, and I'm like, "There's gotta be something." Like, there just has to be. It's like I can't wrap my head around all of a sudden, it's just not working. So, I went through my extensions that I had within Chrome because I am the type of person who wants to not have tons of notifications popping up in front of me and just, like, distracting me of, just from my work, and then also, like, on Instagram, I had an extension put in to where I could only see my messages or my chats because I was like, I can't look at my news feed right now because it's nothing but US this, Trump this," and I'm like, "I can't." Like, it's just I can't. It's just, like, just because, like, every day I was getting served something, and I'm like, I can't do it anymore." So, then because of that, I was like, "Okay," I'm like, turn everything off and see what happens. So I turned everything off, didn't do a damn thing. So I'm like, what the hell? So then I had to go in to Chrome within it and then reset all of my settings, which turned off every single extension that I had. It didn't remove them from my computer, but it turned off all of them. And I was like, well, let me think. Oh, you hit the wrong toggle. Yeah. So it's like I go back in and I'm like, okay, well, it's working now because I don't have anything on. And but it was so weird because it was like I could have my extensions on and it would work fine. Like it never it never had that issue before. So then I went back in and then I kind of I did it like separately. Like I would turn one on, turn it off, reset, turn it on, turn it off, reset. I know it's painstaking, but I'm like, I have to know which one to turn off because if I can have just the one that's causing the issue, if I can have that one off and do this and then have my other ones in the background, that should be fine. So then I figured out that it was one of the ad blockers that I had for YouTube specifically because YouTube gets so mad if you're not going to give creators ad revenue for watching an ad that happens right in the middle of the video that you're listening to. It's like all of a sudden I'll be listening to nice calm ambience and then blaring ads right in the middle and it's like, oh my god, there goes my zen. Eh. But anyway, so that was story number 1. So I got that figured out, and then I was just like, "Oh my god." Like, I was like, I knew it was gonna be a simple fix, but I found out Lane also has a clone of his voice. Well, yeah, and also within the live chat, he sent us that, make your own Jeff Castellucci AI creator dub thing. I mean, I'm kinda curious to try it out just to see how bad it is, but at the same time, it's like, no. Like, AI, man, I don't wanna do it. So story number 2. So the family went out to Calgary this weekend. We had to go pick up a brand new car. We got an SUV, perfect for wintertime in Canadian winter, so it's great. Um, so they're going and doing that. So then we were discussing like, okay, like when are we gonna leave? What are we gonna do? What's gonna happen? So my dad's girlfriend brought me spooky sour Mike and Ike's. And I had never seen them before. I had never seen Halloween themed Mike and Ike's. So, good job. Um and so like it was like I was offering one to everybody because that's what I do. Because I was like, oh, these are new, so I might as well have, family time, have them try candy. So then it's like we're eating it and oh, Mike and Ike's Mona, Mike and Ike's are basically kind of oh, how can I explain this to you? Have you ever heard of a candy by the name of Dots, Mona? They're basically kind of like a thinner version of a Juju, but like with a crunchy outside. Fruit flavored good and plenty. Yeah. So, and if you're not a fan, Brandy, that's fine. But so here's what happened. So I offer some to my dad's girlfriend. I offer some to, um, my dad, and my dad's like, he's eating this candy, and he's like, no, 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 and then he goes, "What's the crunchy part in the middle?" And we're looking at each other, and we're like, "What? Like, there's no crunchy parts in this." And then we were making jokes, like we're saying, like, "Oh, it was like watermelon seed or something," because one of the flavors watermelon. And then so he, like he's like, "Well, pardon me for a minute." And he like puts his finger in his mouth and then he like brings out this thing. And from my point of view, I thought it was like a rock or something because it just looked like a rock at first glance. And then he places it down and it was a cap off of one of his teeth. He broke the cap off on a freaking Mike and Ike. Whoops. Sorry about that. And I'm like, we're almost killing ourselves laughing because it's like, "Oh my god, how the hell did you break a cap off of your tooth?" So then the next thing we had to do is we had to contact his dental place, and now he has an appointment for when he comes back on Monday at 11 o'clock. So it's like, "Oh my god," like, just the luck. But the funny thing is that my dad has had like, underneath that cap he's had a gold cap, and gold caps were back, like, maybe 30, 40 years ago. So to think that he's had that golden cap all this time and that he's just had to get it covered with like a porcelain like crown cap, like it's easy, but like he's like it didn't hurt. He's like I didn't feel anything, and like I guess apparently his girlfriend too. Like one day she was flossing her teeth, and then and it's like oh broke the cap off. So it's like so yeah. I mean I don't know if it's gonna be hard for him. Like he might have to eat on the one side and eat a little bit slower, and then maybe just have like warmer drinks because I don't know how he would feel for like having hot coffee or cold water. So I had to laugh about it because he's like, "What's the crunchy part in this?" And I'm like, "There is no crunchy in this. Like there's nothing. It's just gummy. Like it's yeah." So yeah, they were pretty good. It was like I think the flavors were ghoulish grape, orange scream, and something watermelon. It had to do with with something watermelon. So Mona, I don't know what you're talking about. I did not see Lane in a robe. I didn't see it. Was it on Instagram or what? Because like, I went into Patreon and I tried to look and I'm like, "No, it's not a Patreon thing." Dental stuff freaks me out. I know, it's like, the most scary part of getting dental work done is paying the bill at the end of the section. That's what freaking scares me all the time because it's like, "I'm gonna lose another amount of money that I don't need." So, yeah, and then, like I said, we're getting Patty Cake's new video, Lane's story, okay. I will go check this out because it oh, is that before he okay, there's Devil Went Down to Georgia. Like, are you talking his top hat look? Like, what? I'm very confused. I think I'm missing something. Like, robe is in like, when he gets killed? Luckily, we have free dental. Oh, that's great, Brandy. We do not have free dental in here. Or you have free dental. Okay. I have dental without insurance because I work at a place that doesn't have benefits. So it's like, I am confusion. Yeah, because like I don't know what you mean by robe. Because robe to me is like I basically mean like a house robe is basically what I'm thinking about. Like house coat robe. Cause like I'm only seeing Death by Eden. She tricked me. Okay, wait. Is there something else in the post? No. There's her on the camera and her freaking out. I don't know what you're talking about, Mona. I think you're hallucinating. You're probably hallucinating. Okay, wait. Or are you talking about Patty Cake Productions video? Well, no, you're talking about Patty Cake Productions, but you're not talking about. I don't know what you're talking about. Explain it to me, woman. Explain it to me. Wait, no. Can't. Nope, they only have the two things, and it's only the trailer and the thing from Broadway World. Maybe. Lane wears a silk dressing gown in the new video. What? What? Like, are you guys talking about Heartbreaker? Because I've seen it, but silk dressing gown? What? Was I not paying attention? Did I miss something? I'm gonna have to go back and watch that because I don't know. I'm guessing I wasn't paying attention because the only thing I see is just him in like the top hat and everything, and then before he dies, he is in the bedroom in a silk dressing gown. Where the hell was my brain when that well, actually, I had probably been stressed out, so my brain probably just shut off at that time, and I wasn't being fully invested in fun things because, stress does things to me. And oh my god, for anybody who knows about my work situation, it is just ugh. Yeah. It's not something that I wanna get into, honestly, but, they're like the last couple of days have just been hell. And it's not because of the residents. It's not. It's never the residents. It is the people that I work with. And it's only one person. One person. But anyway. So, how have you guys been? Tell me about yourselves. I mean, Mona, I already know that you're sick. So, and oh my god, the last chat we had with voice play. What the hell was Jeff on? He was in like he wasn't in rare form, but he was in like still Jeff form, but just odd. You know what I mean? Like he was crazy. Always talking about poop, that man. But Jeff wouldn't be Jeff if he didn't talk about some sort of bodily fluid or his ass hairs turning white. That guy. Yeah. Can you do a reaction to Devil Went Down to Georgia? So here's the thing. So coming out pretty soon. Okay, so the latest video that I was working on, other than when I had to go back and remake the trailer for social media purposes, that is done. In between um me having to, because like I'm probably after I'm done this, I'll have to like I have to finish up cleaning our bathroom because I made a promise to myself that every month I would clean I would do a deep clean of our bathrooms, and I do that. So I think he made me a little too comfortable chatting with us. Well, good, because when he first started, he was this very shy, just kind of like, I don't know, I don't, yeah. But now he just lets it fly, and it's like we're perfectly fine with it. I'm proud of you. Thank you. It's actually been like the one thing that I've actually managed to keep consistent with all this year so far, and I'm like, this is terrific. Like it's great. I wish I could be more consistent with everything else in my life. That type of thing. Um. So yeah, because I have big consistency issues, and like that's kind of the reason why YouTube was very down for me this year because it was just consistency never happened. Okay, Instagram. Oh, I have a message. Oh, it's from Mona. Okay. Um, I'm gonna check that later. Yeah, so reaction to Devil Went Down to Georgia. Yes, I could do that. There's also another coffee versus um Jeff versus voice play thing that I have wanted to do as well, and especially for like October and Halloween. So, Halloween theme. So, who knows what kind of videos I might just throw into the two. I have a couple contenders that I'm thinking about. So, um, but also at the same time, it's like, do I want to do two, or do I just want to do one and then call it a day, or do I want to do like, or do I want to wait a full year and do one next year? So it's like, Jeff is always about poop, TP, and burping. Yeah, Brandy, you could be right. I had gone back and forth about getting an actual diagnosis for ADHD, but as far as my boss is concerned, because she's had experience working with special needs kids, and she also had a daughter who was special needs as well. Um, she's witnessed firsthand, the behaviors of ADHD, and also as far as I know, it does seem to be. Yes, like, it does seem to be like ADHD is like, I'm borderline ADHD and maybe borderline, Asperger's, but, or, like, autistic maybe because, like I said, I was never diagnosed, but also, cause I think I'm also borderline FAS because my mother, bless her soul, she, drank with me when I was a baby, so it's kind of, maybe with everything going on, doing one video might be a good idea. Yeah, and it's like I do these things. It's like I love the challenge of making of of making these videos that are super work intensive and through all of the frustration and through all of the the self-imposed perfection tripe that I put on myself. It's just like I like doing the work even though it frustrates me to beat hell. I love doing it. And I wish if I could find a job where I could do video editing professionally and just work from home, I would be so much happier with that. So, but as of right now, I kind of need this job to pay the bills and I need this job to pay for Patreon. So, it's like, I don't know. Maybe next week will be a little bit easier, but yeah, and I don't know what it is with work, but it just seems that it's like when I see tons and tons of dirty laundry on the floor and it's just in piles everywhere, it just makes me freak out because it's like, oh my God, I only have so much time to get this done, and I only have so much time to get this task done. And then it's like I have to go back and I have to clean this, and then it's like, oh well shit, I didn't do this task, and then blah blah blah. And then it's like I just get exhausted. I get mentally exhausted, and then it's like the sound overwhelm, the sensory overload that I get throughout the day, because it's like there's TVs, radios, phones going off, call bell systems, the washer, the dryer, the fans, um, like the sound of the shower. I could have music in my ears playing. And it's just like even with noise canceling headphones, sometimes I'm just like, I just need a minute to breathe because I cannot do this right now. I cannot do this. And the last 2 days I've been working with somebody who has been extremely immature, and she just basically left all of her tasks open-ended for me to do, and I'm just like, that shit isn't going to fly with me. It's like if you leave pee on the floor, you clean it up. It's like, because what the hell happens when I'm not here? It's like, explain that to me. Do you just leave it on the floor to harden or do you clean it up? And she goes, oh, well, we clean it up. And I'm like, good. Just pretend that I'm never here. Think of it that way. And then maybe we might actually get some work done around here. But, I mean, there were so many things that I wanted to say. I wanted to do a whole Tony rant. And anybody who knows Tony knows that his rants never end up good. So, yeah. I wanted to wake up and choose violence. I'm like, you better be careful because it's like, have a cardboard cutter in my pocket as well as a pair of scissors. And if need be, and if intent is enough, I might just use them. But I decided not to because I'm like, I'm stressed. What's a good thing to deal with my stress? Coffee. Because then it just doesn't make me want to kill people. It just makes me want to enjoy this lovely liquid of happiness. Join the dark side. We'll make cookies tomorrow. Yes. What kind of cookies? I hope they're good cookies. I like cookies. I haven't made cookies in so long. I haven't made them since grade school. So that's a thing. What are you doing? Oh, that look. Okay. Oh, there's me in the picture too. That's fine. Yeah, so I don't know. And even looking to go get a diagnosis, it's it's expensive. So it's like, ugh, I don't know. But then again, everything's expensive. So I guess why am I complaining about it? What is your favorite type of cookie? Favorite type of cookie? Uh, okay. Well, I think if you're talking classic cookie, would probably be chocolate chip, but there is also um and I think I'm going to butcher this, Mona, if you're still here, but there's Stupin waffles, which are delicious. You just place them on top of a hot beverage and then it just melts the caramel on the inside, and oh, they're heaven. But then there's also one out of you can get them at Costco, and they're called Lacey's cookies. God. They're like chocolate and caramel mixed together. And It it's kind of like a stroopwafel, basically. Like, it's kind of the same, except it's just like it kinda looks like if you were to take cheese and put it in an oven, and then, like, you know how it gets all, like, kind of all bubbly and crispy? And then it's like, that's kinda what it looks like, but the minute you eat one, you don't stop. You eat the entire basket because they are just they're heavenly. There was, there's one family who brought them for us a couple years ago after her mom had passed, and we would just sit there for, like, the whole afternoon and just eat that whole entire basket of cookies because it's like, "Oh my god." But then it's like you look at the fat content and you're like, "Oh, there goes my figure." It's like I'll have to go to the gym. I mean, luckily, we're lifting, 100 something pound residents almost every single day and then, rolling them and transferring them, so it's like muscles, man, they work. So and then I saw or my boss was telling me about a recipe that her friend makes. She makes a Biscoff cheesecake and Lotus Biscoff cookies. Oh my god, so good. The small little little the small little thing of Italian that I have in my blood, it's just so happy. I don't know. I don't know if Jessie is I don't think Jessie is Norwegian, but if she is, yay. Guten Tag. I know that that's probably not how you say hello in Norwegian. Oh, my Norwegian is terrible. Oh, speaking of which, I gotta do my lessons. Gotta do my habla español and, bolo italiano and, nihongo. Nihonjin desu. 本当に、行かれますか? Yeah. So I'm Swedish through my grandmother. Yes, and it was fun because that's how you say it. Well, I mean, my primary language is English, so hello, but hello. Uh, but if you were to say good morning in Japanese, it is well, not good morning, but 'cause good evening is konbanwa, and then hello is konnichiwa. And I think like the more formal greeting of konnichiwa is konnichiwa, uh, uh, dosayamashi. Oh, she's given recipes, and then there's for um in Italian you can say a couple of different ways of saying good morning. You could say buongiorno. You can also say salve, ciao. But more formally, the more respectful greeting you would get is saying buongiorno. So gluten free too. And then in Spanish, I don't know. Habla español, not good. Gingerbread cookies are good. I've had some really good gingerbread cookies, and I've had some really shitty gingerbread cookies. Of course, buenos dias. Yes. Sí, sí. Yeah. So yeah, I'm like, and that's basically it. So like, I do have the one video that's coming out pretty soon. I just have to record like a tiny little intro thing of me being on camera going, "Hey, this is blah 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 blah," like whatever, and then just like insert the countdown. I haven't gotten around to doing that yet because I've been trying to get to sleep on time and then also take care of myself because I don't want to burn out because of stress again. I don't want to do it. Hola, ¿cómo te va? Well, there's also bonjour. There's also bonjour, comment ça va? Très bien. Oh yeah, there's French too. I do know a little bit of French. Soon, Jeff soon, or well, it's already been a Jeff soon. So soon is gonna be like in the next couple days. Maybe 2 to 3 business days. Ish. Yeah. Yeah, I forgot to say that I do know some French too. And then of course there's Danke, Dankeschön, Schnell, uh yeah. I dabble a little bit in Ukrainian. There's dobre, but then there's oh, what's the other one that Ruth is always saying to me? Dobry ranok. Yeah. I always find that it's fun with the pronunciation because it's like, do I roll my tongue or do I not? And do I put a little bit more of like romance into the pronunciation, you know? It's like, but so yeah, that video, and then um we'll see how that one does, and then I'm gonna probably do either a reaction or I'm gonna do the coffee versus voice play thing, depending. But Brandy, that idea is actually really, really good for me because I do like doing reactions, and as of right now, they kind of seem to be doing fairly well. So I might. Oh, hold on a tick. I will show you guys something. Now, I think Mona has probably seen this, but I don't think the rest of you have. So this might be a controversial subject, but I know how Angie Woolard got a lot of uh, admiration for her drawings, her spirographs that were put into um, Devil Went Down to Georgia. But there is a friend of mine. Come on. Ugh, I'm just gonna have to move all these pictures out. I have pictures in a drawer, and I don't know what to do with them because I don't have wall space. Oops. Okay, easy there. Come on. So yeah. Ooh, sorry about all the noise, guys. Ooh, just a junk drawer full of things. But if we ever wanted to have somebody else do art for voice play, I definitely would suggest Amanda Hovedin's work because look at this. Look at that. Look at how terrific that is. And she did it digitally. But yeah, there's from Jack's Lament. And then I think behind it I have her ghostwriter's work as well. I hated the way that I cut this because I felt really bad about it because it was like it didn't fit the frame fully. And then yeah, there's her ghostwriter. Yeah. Pretty freaking sweet, isn't it? This is terrifying. If you ever put it up in your room and then it's in the middle of the night and you turn a light on and he's staring at you, it scares the shit out of me every single time. But yeah, I'll see if I can get it a little closer so you can see the detail. It's fabulous. And like she kind of like replicates it from just the digital art and the photo itself, but this is kind of more like her own style. Like she kind of added a little bit of like a cartoonish vibe, kind of like Tim Burton-esque. But yeah, it's incredible. Like just the shading on the moon and just how she captured it. Yeah. I need that Jack Lament picture. I mean, you might ask her. Well, because she used to have an Etsy store, um but she didn't know how to feel about selling them anymore because she felt kind of bad for doing it because she was like, wait, am I making money off of their branding? And then if so, it's like, I don't really want to do that if that's going to be the case. So so she took it down, which I think it was like a smart move from her because like Um, because like that's a tough thing to do. Like he did comment on it. He did comment on it, but at the same time, it's like Jeff just didn't really want people to have like merch going around with his face on it because he's like, that's kind of like why I don't do merch like with my image on it because it's uh just because it's like I just don't want my face to, be in circulation on t-shirts and stuff like that. Like he doesn't feel comfortable about it and then like because like Amanda was kind of concerned about, just like making money off of that. But it really didn't have anything to do with voice play mostly. But also like I told her, I was like, be very wary because people out there will take your art from Etsy. And this has happened to her a couple of times that people have actually taken her designs and have sold them elsewhere for like double the price. And people have bought them. And then so she's like, well, I'm not like, she's like, I'm doing this for fun and I got a couple of bucks out of the deal. But it's like, if people are just going to be stealing my shit, then it's like, I'm just gonna, like, I'm gonna quit it entirely. So, and I'm like, I don't blame you. Like, there's so many people that will do that. They will take people from, well, even like um, when the devil went down to Georgia went out yesterday, somebody in the comments had copied Angie's comment about, how she was very happy to be working with voice play, blah, blah, and then reposted it to get a boost in the comment that they had stolen from Angie. So it's like, damn it, man. It's just it's terrible. Like, yeah. I don't think I've actually had any of that happen to me. I mean, I've double checked and I've seen, like I've seen some things that have come across my feed and it's like, okay, well, whatever. But also, yeah, I'll ask her for a picture. Yeah. And like, I think because like if like, I don't know if she has any extras, but that's not acceptable. Yeah, but it is the way of the world now. Like people are just cheating other people out of all of their hard work and their digital creation. So, and it's like even if you have watermarks on it, it's like people will either crop it out or they'll try to do something that'll just make it to where it's like this is my content, this is that. So it's like, well, I mean, even look at Jay. He got his Instagram hacked. But I had to laugh. I couldn't laugh at the fact that he had gotten hacked because that's terrible, but at the same time, I was like, "Mm, knowing Jay, like, he would be one to invest in Bitcoin, but not that he would be," but I'm like, at first I thought that it was a joke. I really thought that he was pulling our legs and, like, saying, like, "Hey, I was in a tough situation, so I needed Bitcoin, blah, blah, blah." But then once I saw the text that said it's like, "Text her here to find out," and then it had the link. I was like, "Okay, no." I was like, That's not Jay," because I was like, "How the hell and why would he even need to? Like, he's making YouTube money, he's getting I'm hoping he's getting paid by the military, he's getting paid by the Navy band, and, he's getting paid by patrons. So, it's not to say that he's and, like, he's probably like, he's doing his own music thing, so he's making money there too, so but it's like, it just didn't seem like and plus it was early enough in the morning that my brain was like, "Huh." Like, I had no idea. Like, I just had absolutely no idea, and like, I got a tickle out of it, but then I'm like, Jay, have you been hacked?" So then I didn't message him on his personal account because I was like, "That's bad." Like, if you interact with him, that's bad. So I went into I think it was Sap Voters because, like, when he was doing the whole, trying to get number 1 on this, like, voting thing for, whatever it was where you had to do the free votes and then you'd have to pay for a vote, which I found was stupid. Um, but, uh but yeah, like and then he's like, Oh, shit, and on my anniversary of all days, I had to get hacked. So it's like, "Happy anniversary, you're hacked." It's like, oh, and it was on a Monday too, so that, like, that had to make it even worse because 'cause I'm like, "Oh, you have to start your week out by fighting with Instagram because your account got hacked." Ugh. During shutdown, the military doesn't get paid. That's right, yeah. It's just, ugh, it's a mess. And I'm almost out of coffee. So, yeah. And let me see, what else have I been doing, like, other than working myself to the bone and cleaning stuff? I guess since I'm in the Halloween spirit, I guess, let me show you the costume. So, this was given to me by our lovely, lovely friend, Eileen Parkman. So, she figured because she wanted me to be a specific being, so she gave me dragon wings. I don't know if you can really see those that well, but I'll try to show you the side. The drapey drape, kind of. I'm not putting them on, so you can forget about that. And she gave me these. So I finally get to live out my dreams as a bloodsucker. But I'm very interested about these because I remember I got them 1 year or so ago, and the only problem is that I don't have my canines. My canines are non-existent, so the only tooth that I'm going to be able to put them on is this one. These ones right here. So I'm gonna have to do the same as Jeff did, and This Is Halloween. Gonna just have to have them right here where the dinosaurs are. So and like they're already crooked. So it'll be interesting. But yeah. And she gave me extra adhesive just in case if I needed it. And it was like a Christmas present that she had tried to send me like probably 2 Octobers by now. But we had a post strike back then, so it got delayed, and then I think I got it like in the middle of summer. And so she's like, "Oh, you got my Christmas present, didn't you?" And I'm like, "Yep, I got it." Not all vamps are created equal. It's true. And I also have a beautiful handmade medallion that has a bat on the front of it, and then on the back it has a wolf head howling at the moon. So I'm like, that's great. So I was very excited and like I was like, oh my god. Well, plus, like once I got the actual package, I was reading on the top of it and it said it's like fangs, wings, medallion, and I'm like, what the hell did she send me? And then I'm like, oh, I know what this is because we had talked about it. We had discussed it, and she was like, "Oh, I know what I'm getting you for Christmas." And then it was like postal strike happened, and then it's like, well, Christmas is gonna be late this year. And it was. So, but well, I think she had waited until after that postal strike had happened until our mail was actually in rotation. So then, like it wouldn't get lost in translation and it wouldn't get lost in processing. So it was like, yeah, she paid a lot of money for customs. Oof. God bless her. But yeah, I was so happy when she brought that to me. I was like, "Oh my god, that's terrific." I laughed, and, like, the Christmas card is so sweet. Like, she picked out a very cute Christmas card. It made me cry, and, she wrote a message inside of it, and I still have the card, and I still have the card that Mona gave me a couple years back. So, yeah. And this year, providing everything goes well, I'm gonna try and honest confession, I've never actually have sent postal cards before. So this is gonna be a learning experience for me to actually write out a Christmas card and then send it, especially across, like, to Norway and to the States. So it's gonna be interesting nonetheless. It's gonna be very interesting because I have your addresses. I know where you live. But of course, you guys know where I live, so it's good. It's all good. It's kind of funny. It's like, yeah, don't talk to strangers while on the internet. And it's like, what do we do most of these days? We talk to strangers on the internet and they become our best friends. So it's like, stranger danger is not that strange anymore and not that dangerous. Well, it's still dangerous, but sometimes you make the best friends out of it. Mm. I did so well with this coffee, you guys. Here's what I did. So I have a slow drip coffee machine, and you have bamboo filter. So I put in 1 scoop of coffee, and it's French roast coffee, like already pre-shredded coffee, pre-ground coffee. Take the coffee ground, put it in the filter, and then you add nutmeg, cinnamon, and a little bit of cloves, just a little bit, because cloves are very, very strong, very powerful, very aromatic. So they'll burn your face off if you're not careful. And then put another layer of coffee in the filter, and then I took a skewer because I didn't have anything that was small enough. That's what she said. And then just like stirred it all together, mixed it in with the coffee grounds and whatnot, and then just poured the hot water over the slow drip and let it drip into my cup. That sounded bad. But anyway, and then it's just a beautiful aromatic pumpkin spice coffee. I mean, without the pumpkin. Well, I added a little bit of sugar-free pumpkin caramel syrup. It doesn't taste as good as I thought it was going to, but I have to use it up somehow, so just using it with, like, the bitterest coffee that I can use. And with that being said, I'm all out of coffee. This is going to be a problem, but that's okay because I've been talking for almost an hour anyway. It is. Ooh, and I found a good recipe for boozy hot chocolate. I have never tried bourbon, but for boozy hot chocolate, I might just try it. But I also use, well, depending on the boozy hot chocolate, you can also just use liqueur, and that's basically kind of like my go-to. My go-to alcohol is just um liqueur, just Irish liqueur. So I try that. Yeah, I did make myself a boozy hot chocolate before. Peppermint schnapps, yes, and the peppermint bark Baileys, if you can get it. Oh my god. It's so good. It tastes like you're actually eating a peppermint, like, candy cane. It's just it's so it's so good. I love peppermint. Um, but yeah, did you see the flickering lamp that I have going on here? Again, another patty cake inspired idea. I got the flame, uh, light bulbs. And you can kinda change like, you can change it from flickering to steady on and then to, like, fade on, fade off. Yeah. So depending on how I'm feeling, it's great. And this tree it's just a 1 footer, and I got it off of Amazon. Pre-lit with LEDs, um, battery operated, so gonna be using a fair bit of batteries, but you can set it on a timer, and then it goes off after a certain time. So, yeah. I'm trying to think, was there anything else, like, drastic that I wanted to tell you guys about that I was either working on or that I was doing? I don't think so. I really don't think so. Cause like, I don't know, like, this time of the year has just kinda been tough for me because it's, like, stress, like, work stress mostly, and then it's um, like, I was like, I knew that I had to get the video done, and, like, it's gonna be coming. And it's like, I know that I still have a little bit of work to do. Like, it's been on my mind. It's been on my mind. It's just I haven't gotten to do the work on it because I've just come home and I've just collapsed face first because it's like I've just been so damn tired because it's just like people. Ugh. It's well, it's like I said to myself years ago when I was in my teens, I was like, I'm not going to work with the public. And what the hell do I end up doing? Working with the public. Oh, and for anybody who's a fellow Jeff patron, have you seen Dapper Jeff? Jeffrey Dan, as I like to call him. Oh my god. He was so cute, but you could tell that he was like nervous because he like just started. He was just starting with Dapper Dan, so he was like kind of having that perfectionism. Oh my god. He was trying so hard and like he's trying not to let his nerves get the best to him. But yeah, it's like you did the bell and the tap thing. And it was always funny with well with Kathy's terrible camera skills, but it's like you'd watch it for a little bit and then you're like, "Eh," and then you'd watch it for a little bit and then you're like, "Ugh." So I told her I said in the comments I'm like, thanks Kathy, I needed a good neck stretch. So ugh. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, my hair's grown back already. It's crazy from when I got it cut, well, trimmed the last time, and it's already growing back. So, yeah, and you guys loved Devil Went Down to Georgia. I almost said Ginny Went Down to Georgia, and I was like, nope. Ginny's already in Ginny's already in Georgia, or Ginny is already with Georgia. I don't know how that show works. I've never actually watched it. Sorry, Scott. Sorry. But, that song has been in my head recently until I found you. So, but what other song was I listening to the other day? Oh, it was, "Take What You Want," Post Malone and Ozzy Osbourne. I don't listen to Post Malone at all, but that song slaps. It absolutely slaps. Yeah, and I'm kinda sad because I really wanted to use the Law& and Order theme for the trailer of the video that's coming, but I already knew in my head that it was gonna get hit with copyright infriction because it's part of NBC, so it's like, "Ah, crap, here we go." So then I had to do the search, and, like, I probably woulda had that video out a lot earlier, but it was just the whole copyright thing because, like, once I looked on Instagram, it's like, "This video has been blocked because of blah, 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 blah." And then it's like I'd look on Facebook because it automatically posts from Instagram to Facebook, and then it's like, "This video has been blocked because of blah, blah, blah." And I'm like, "Oh, here we go." So I'm like, I have to go back into the project itself and then fix the audio. So I had to take about an hour to look for new music that wasn't copyright and try to find something that would work. And the initial idea that I had had for this, because I can share this now, but I wanted to take the Law and Order theme and make it Western, but I didn't know exactly how to do that. And um, the mix editor that I have, it wasn't, um, like it wasn't necessarily like where you would be using a digital audio workstation or MIDI to where you could create it yourself. And then I was like, oh my God, like that's just gonna cost me that's gonna bring me way too much stress and too much pressure. And then I would just give up on the project entirely because that would just be too much. Like it's a good idea in my head, but it's like I also kind of just want to be like, well, where's somebody that I know locally that could do this for me? But I just kinda thought that it would have been funny just to hear Law& and Order as a Western style, and then, of course, like, I did consider AI at one point, but then the majority of them, it was like you had to make an account, you had to log in, and then you had to pay for the service, and I'm like, "Ugh." I'm like, "I don't wanna pay for AI." I don't. It's like, I don't want to use AI in any capacity. Like, tools, it may be fine, but I don't know. It just seemed to be it was a good idea, and then I was like, "Oh, yeah, this is great," and then once you try to put it down onto paper, or in this case, into a computer, it's like, well, that didn't necessarily work. So it's like, bummer. But I would have loved it. And I probably would have avoided a lot of the copyright infringement because of that, because it would be an original creation um that hadn't been made. So, and it's like it's also funny because I don't have much of a musical brain at all. But, cuz we have tools, so it's like why not use them to for my advantage in creative endeavor, right? Pardon me for the coughing, my god. It's getting to that time of the year where it's like I need humidifiers on because it's like everything's just getting dry again, so it's like yeah. All right. I think that's all the updates that I can share with y'all. Look for something coming soon, possibly 2 things maybe coming soon. Um, don't quote me on it, but I still have cleaning to do and I still have laundry to fold and a nap to take because I am exhausted. I was up at 5 o'clock this morning because I had to see the family off as they went to Calgary because they wanted to be on the road early because Calgary is a full day's trip. So even with 2 drivers, it's a long trip. So, all right, guys. Thanks so much for hanging out and all of the stories that happened, they're there. So you just have to rewatch the replay. If there's anything else that you want to just shout at me real quick for ideas, let me know. Thank you for sharing them here. And of course, always thank you for being here. I appreciate you guys so, so much. And I'll see you soon. Bye.